What's up guys, welcome to Alive in 5. These are our weekly 5-minute videos that aim to curate the world's holistic optimization content. So that's everything to do with mental wellness, physical health, and overall life philosophy. We've got a really cool video for you today with a few tips and tricks. We've got a concept that helps us think about how we should frame success and think about where to spend our time. We're going to recommend a really cool educational media company. We're going to cover off on someone who I think is one of the best resources for all things to do with health and fitness, physiology-wise, and we're also going to recommend a series of books that help us understand some of the world's most complex thinkers. Let's get into it. So the first recommendation this week is a concept that I saw floating around a fair bit on LinkedIn. I first saw it shared by Dom McGregor, the COO of Social Chain and a really big mental health advocate. And then I also later saw it shared by a productivity and performance coach that's really renowned and has worked with some of the world's top experts. And I just thought that in itself was interesting, the fact that it was shared by someone that's really interested in mental health and overall life satisfaction, and someone that's really focused on productivity and getting things done. So this concept is important for both. It's essentially a really simple pie chart that shows us how we should be thinking about success and how we typically think about it, and why that may not be the best way to actually conceptualize holistic success. So basically, as you see on the pie chart there, we usually think about success in a pretty narrow way. We're often defining this just based on our careers, and although we do spend a lot of time in our jobs and thinking about professional life, obviously there's a lot more to life. And we really need to make sure that we have a holistic understanding of what success really is in our lives. So it's not just about our job title and our salary, it's about how much free time do we have to actually do what we want to do, how much do we like our job, how much is that process sort of married up our career and our passions, how much are we investing in our physical health and our mental health, because without all these other things, the salary and job title really doesn't matter. It's really important that we stop and kind of take stock of what's going on in our own life every now and again and think about how we're conceptualizing success and how these different components balance up. Because the way we conceptualize success will often follow through in how we're using both our time and our energy. So it's really like the overarching goal that we're setting for ourselves. If it's not holistic, then we won't be living in a holistic way. So a really important concept to check in with every now and again. This recommendation is going to be about a series of books that help our exploration into really complex ideas and really complex thinkers. So at the moment, I'm trying to get an understanding of Carl Jung, one of the world's most renowned and complex psychologists. He is presented incredibly complex ideas about the psyche over time in relation to dreams, the collective unconscious, and a whole bunch of theories about psychological development. So typically when we approach a deep thinker like this from their original work, it might not always be the best intro that we can have. We often spend more time trying to get our heads around their style of writing and more decoding the message that they're trying to present, rather than actually understanding the concepts that they're presenting and trying to integrate those into our life. So something like these book series can make it really simple and accessible to start learning and experiencing the benefits from that knowledge right away. So the series I'm using to learn about Carl Jung is the Teach Yourself series. It's a really awesome series of books that make things super accessible. So it presents his ideas in a really clear way. They have summaries at the end of every chapter that are easy to follow, and throughout they pull out the key ideas and signpost them so that you know where to focus your attention, and overall makes the sort of exploration and consumption of all of this thinker's content a lot easier. So I'd 100% recommend you check out this book series for any ideas or thinkers that you're interested in. This next recommendation is my absolute go-to source when it comes to all things to do with physiology and all things to do with human health and optimizing our body and even aspects of the mind as well. So this guy is Greenfield Fitness. He is absolutely exceptional when it comes to the depth of research that he does in exploring new concepts related to wellness. I pretty much trust him to give me the full gamut of research behind any particular topic. So if I'm ever thinking about incorporating something new into a wellness routine or my life overall, I pretty much go to Google, type in the concept that I'm looking into, and then type his name afterwards. His website has an incredible series of blogs that have an insane amount of citations and research. He's probably one of the most respected and well-renowned people within the fitness industry, and it's not all just from a theoretical sense and all about research. He's seen it all, he's done it all, he's been involved in ultramarathons, triathlons. He's a very experienced athlete from the physical side, and also has the research to back it up. So 100% recommend you check him out. I'm sure there's lots and lots that you'll learn from him. The last resource that I have for you this week is my favorite form of edutainment, so education and entertainment combined. This is Rebel Wisdom. They're an independent media company that creates really, really quality short documentary films about very, very impactful and relevant ideas. So at Modern Wisdom, they've made it their mission to try and cut through the noise of what is going on in traditional media. They believe that traditional media is failing to address the most serious issues facing our society with sufficient depth and due diligence, due to the fact that the old media model and has to pander to short attention spans, and their business model overall, specifically the ad model and things like that, don't always have the best incentives when it comes to informing us. We all know about particular media biases. That's what they try to avoid, really. So they are a media company that is undeterred by the constraints of political correctness. Their only guiding light is essentially try to find really, really intelligent people that are talking about issues that are very, very relevant right now, and engage them in dialogue to try and find genuine truth in a world that really lacks this clear sense making. So really, really awesome research to both be entertained and just learn a hell of a lot for what's most relevant in our world today. So that's it, guys. Another week of Alive in 5 done. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you check out some of those resources and get something out of them. All the links will be available on our website soon, so you'll be able to see all of this collated in one space and click through at your leisure. But until next week, have a good one and look after yourselves. Cheers.